Hi everybody. Yeah, I'm still at work, and I'd like to speak to you a little bit about obligation. The word I learned from my coach. Yeah, a few years ago, we auctioned a property, and I remember it's about 6 years ago. We auctioned a property, and I remember that the owner didn't sell at the auction. And the reason they didn't sell is because they expected another $5,000 more, right? And so I didn't sell the property at the auction. So what happened next was 2 years later. So I moved on. I moved on from that property, and 2 years later, the owner came to the office to see me, and they said they want to say sorry. So I say, no, that's okay. I moved on already. So they say, no, no, I'm very sorry for not listening to you, to sell the property during that time. So what happened to them is they told me it took them 2 years. They went through 14 different agencies trying to get the same price that I got for them um, at the auction. So they ended up sold the property $55,000 less than what I got them at the auction. And I didn't get it. So during that time, I just thought, oh, that's okay. I moved on. That's okay. But today it happened again. Something very similar. So we auctioned that property, and after we passing the property, and we negotiate with the buyer, and only $5,000. And the same thing, the owner say, no, I don't want to sell. Another $5,000. But then this time I felt like the previous clients, I felt it was my responsibility, um, that I couldn't make them make the right decision. I couldn't convince them to make the right decision. And that's why they lost so much money, and they lost 2 years trying to sell the property. And so today I negotiated, I do everything I can, just want my vendor to see that they need to make that decision today. Because the same day that we're selling the property, there's another property sold this morning, much bigger land, but they sold for less. And we feel like we sold $75,000 above, but only $5,000 that our vendor wanted to get more. And so I feel like my obligation, I need to make him understand that if I can't get my vendor to make a decision today, he regrets it. And I don't want 2 years later when he come back to me and he's saying, you know what, I should have made this decision. I should have listened to you. So that's what I did today. And after 11, I just signed the contract for the buyer, and I just, get that done for my vendors. And I feel great. It's not because we sold the property, but I feel like I could make my vendor make the right decision. And that because of the obligation, that because of what I learned from the previous mistake. It took my client 2 years, remember, 2 years, through 14 different agencies, and sold for $55,000 less. I can't afford to let anyone go through the same, mistake, make the same mistake as my previous clients. So whatever we do, I just want to let everyone know, your job the best, and you should be able to make your clients understand where you're coming from, understand why they should listen to you, so they can make the right decision for themselves. So yeah, so that's what I like to share with you. And Saturday, I'm still here at work. I'm not workaholic, but I just have to do it for my clients. And I remember I told him, I say, oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to mention, the client, the vendor tried to avoid me for the whole day. I didn't give up because I said, you must make that decision. I called him like 20 times. I never done that to anybody. but I just feel like I had to call this vendor, and I texted him, called him, and then he texted me back and he's like, you know, I don't want to talk to you because the way you behave. I say, well, you thank me later. I can be very annoying at the moment, but you thank me later. And yeah, that's what I did today, and I feel great. I just want to congratulate my clients, both vendors and buyers. Um, they make the right decision, but if I gave up, then you know nothing would happen. So keep that in mind, everybody. Obligation. You know what you do, and you know that you the person to do the best thing for your clients. Do it. All right. Well, I gotta go now. Talk to you later. Bye.